Karen put hands on him.
I don't think T.O. is gonna do that. I think Booster's gonna come in there.
No, I'm
It's gonna
just
be a
saying
long.
hypothetically. I'm just saying. I'm not saying
Oh,
he will. But I'm just
hypothetically, I
saying.
think Booster's gonna get a lot of backlash from it. But then again, on the flip side, then we can say the same thing we've been saying about T.O. T.O. only gets up for great fights.
No,
He only
I
gets
call
up
cap
when he
on
has
that.
good
I call
competition.
cap on that. I don't think Tio only gets up on great fights. I think Tio has taken advantage of fighters that's out of their prime.
Are you talking about you meaning Josh Taylor? Was Josh Taylor out of this?
Hold on. It's a narrative with all of
Josh
those
Taylor and Loma.
Loma didn't throw a punch for 6 rounds.
Okay.
You know, which is Loma's fault. It's Loma's fault. I'm not taking that from Tio, but it is still a fact. He didn't throw punches for 6 rounds. And Josh Taylor has been weight drained for who knows how long at 140. And once again, you know, that's not like the exact reason or for sure reason why Tio won, but there is something attached to both of those wins.
I look at it like this,
okay.
Joe.
Okay.
It's not only a competitive sport, but it's sports entertainment. And yes, we're getting the Bivals and Better Bievs. But I think when you're talking about high-profile fights, T.O. and Boots is a high-profile fight.
No,
it may not be a high-stakes fight, but in terms of profile, a lot of boxing fans know who T.O. is. A lot of boxing fans know who Boots is. And boxing itself will support that fight.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with that. And then the fact that it's the win and the loser just makes it that much more intriguing. Just to see who gonna fight next. But then what if the loser of one of the fights gets brutalized or something? You know what I mean? Like it ain't no, you know, I wonder how that's gonna go if it happens like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because that's one thing about these turkey fights when he be setting these fights up that are, you know, ahead of each other. The shit really don't be going how it's supposed to go all the time. Because the Beta and Shakur was supposed to be fighting right now. They, you know what I mean? But Tevin Farmer fucked that up. You know what I mean? Because now they said Zapata had an injury or what was his shoulder or something, man, some crazy shit, like, you know. So it's just like I get it, but I didn't factor that in. You know what I mean? Now that I'm thinking about it and I'm talking about it and articulating, like I'm like, yeah, what if one of those fights don't go like we think it's gonna go? You know what I mean? Somebody get knocked off, somebody get, you know, I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me.
I think it's like MMA. You know, we see the same shit happen in MMA. A lot of those guys are legendary MMA guys, have 3, 4, 5 losses.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it goes in combat sports. Combat sports, if we're seeing the best fight the best, it's going to be rare that you see a guy that's undefeated. I mean, look at John Jones. John Jones is far in between. He might be. How many guys do we know at that level in MMA that actually are undefeated? It's probably not very many we could count at all. But in boxing, on the other hand, most of these guys are undefeated or maybe have one loss, and that one loss is because they finally fought somebody for real. But other than that, most of these guys with a name are undefeated for marketability. And then when you look at their you go to BoxRec and you look at it and it's like, the resume is all right. But we don't, I mean, you can name maybe 1 or 2 fighters on a 32 fight resume that you actually would have cared about. Versus MMA, you go look at it, a guy might have 30 fights and 10, 12 of those guys might have been title contenders.
Yeah.
Hey, Southern, to your point, I've been saying this for a couple of years on here. We need more losses in boxing.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be less of a fan of somebody because they lost.
Yeah. But this is a great question.
Challenge themselves.
You know exactly. And then when did we just start like? And I'm really this is a very honest question because I think it needs to be asked, and I think a lot of these youngsters they need to sit down and answer like, what is so bad about a loss? Like, why is that so detrimental? You know what I mean? Because a loss can teach you. You know what I mean? It's a
Because
lesson.
they've seen so many promoters and fans put boxers on the shelf after one loss.
Which is insane. That that is crazy.
Think of it as an artist who didn't recoup his money with the label. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
less airtime, less exposure. Now niggas like, oh, that nigga fell off. Niggas like, that nigga trash. And he could be putting out the best music of his career, but because the label isn't paying to pump it out everywhere and put it in and stuff it in your face, the fans would just say, like, Rich Homie Quan, rest in peace. People were like, oh, he fell off. But he was putting out some of the best music in his life when he wasn't being promoted by the label. But for the people
he was still eating too.
Exactly. But for the people who didn't have the shit jammed in their face by the label, looked at it as though you fell off, your music ain't good, nobody cares. I feel like fans do the same shit in boxing.
Which is crazy.
It's very similar.
It's like why? Why? You know what I mean? What is it? You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I don't know, bro. It's like I think they look at Floyd as a scapegoat because you can't just blame Floyd. It can't just be it was Floyd. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. That's very strange. Like, you know what I mean? To come up with that analysis, blame it on one guy that this whole thing just went to shit like that. And everybody thinks because they got one damn loss. Oh my God, you know, these promoters that's crazy, man. That's I don't understand that one. You know, I mean, I get trying to promote a guy that, you know, he got a loss, or, you know, he don't have any losses, and, you know, I get it. I understand it. You know, I'm with you, but, you know, it's just unrealistic. You know what I mean? To think you're gonna go through life and not have no damn loss. Like that's unrealistic. You know what I mean? Losses help you. You know what I mean? They help you grow. Like they help you structure yourself. You know what I mean? Build character. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I feel like if you just feel like you just gonna go through life winning and none of that shit's gonna happen, and you're not being realistic. You're just not being realistic. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, moving forward, man, it's another fight that I'm pretty interested in, and I got to hear you guys' take on it. And that is the possible matchup between Edwin De Los Santos and Frank Martin. I like this fight. You know, I feel like this is something that De Los Santos needs, you know, because he's been pretty much absent since the Shakur fight. And I feel like it's something that Frank Martin needs, because if he could beat a De Los Santos, oh, that would bode well for him. You know what I mean? I feel like that'll get him back up in there and show that he's, you know, an elite type of fighter, quote unquote. But if he gets in there and gets knocked out by De Los Santos, then yeah, I feel that might just make it that much scary for De Los Santos in the division. Well, not because of the 140, but we'll see. Specs, man, talk to me about that, man. What do you think about the Edwin De Los Santos and Frank Martin fight, man? How you feeling about that one? Oh, Specs ain't there, man. Hey, what you think about it?
Man, you know, I love to see that matchup. I hope it actually happens because I think Edwin been unfairly shelved. I ain't gonna speak too much in it because, you know, it's a lot of personal opinions when it comes to that. But yeah, I think he been shelved. I think he one of them fighters that ain't really no promoter behind him, so they don't want to just match him up with one of they guys they building up now because they see how good he is.
All right.
And I hope that he get in there, you know, be able to have a good performance against Frank Martin and get his name out there so he can be in the discussion with the rest of these dudes. Because I love to see like an Edwin and Tank fight, all of that.
Yeah. To be honest, Shakur keep pumping him up. You know, he keep bringing his name up, saying his name in different interviews, saying why Tank won't fight De Los Santos. I kind of like that. You know what I mean? He's saying, you talking about my performance against the guy. Well, why don't you go beat his ass up then? I mean, I don't know why I like that, but I do. I like that. You know what I mean? Because I know what De Los Santos and Tank fight is going to be it's gonna be that's gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? That's gonna be something I feel like, fans are gonna enjoy. I feel like something that, that's something we're gonna enjoy, and I feel like that's a fight that ends in a knockout. I don't think that goes the distance. So I really want to see it. You know what I mean? So yeah, De Los Santos. I'm just glad he's in talks about a fight, man. You know what I mean? Because I just felt like it was weird how he just disappeared off the scene. But Southern, man, how you feel about this De Los Santos and Frank Martin, man? Talk to me about that, bro.
Man, they're gonna get it cracking. These are two guys that come in and they come to fight. They come to win. I think that's gonna be a great fight. I think that's gonna be an underestimated fight by a lot of fans. But I feel like afterwards, people will say, "Man, that was a great fight. It was an amazing fight." I think we're gonna get something that's gonna be great. I think it is going to end in a knockout either way. Now on Frank Martin's side, I feel like he could box his way to a victory, maybe. Same for De Los Santos, but I do feel that I like the chances of both guys. But when we talk about Shakur and Tank, right?
Yeah.
So this is the crazy part about it. Let's just say, De Los Santos go in there and whoop Frank Martin ass, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna talk about it from both sides. That's gonna raise some question marks and say, well, you know what? Maybe this dude is as dangerous as Shakur is really saying.
Right.
Maybe he's better than damn near anybody that Tank actually fought. Maybe Tank should fight him. I feel like fans would probably say that. But on the flip side, let's say Frank Martin go in there and whoop De Los Santos' ass.
Yeah.
Then, people are going to say, well, maybe De Los Santos ain't really that. Shakur boosting them, Shakur running. People going to have all types of crazy narratives behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what makes the fight exciting, is by those narratives right there and people, the different things you're going to see on Twitter after the fight, if they fight.
And the thing is, De Los Santos, Frank Martin, people like talk about Tank resume. Frank Martin ain't no bum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, he ain't no bum. He hasn't fought decent competition. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't no guarantee Edwin can just get in there and smash him. Now, I favor Edwin, but I don't think it's no guarantee he just get in there and smash him. But, I think Edwin do got the power to get him out of there, though.
Yeah, I think Frank Martin, while he did look good against Tank, I think the level of fear that he fought with was his undoing. He seemed to go into that fight so apprehensive to get hit to the point of just delaying the inevitable. And I think that had he stepped to Tank more and fought with much more courage, I think he would have he could have possibly upset Tank. But he looked as if from the start, although he was performing well, he was just in his own head too much from the start, thinking, man, if I get hit, I'm going to get stopped. Man, if I get hit, I'm going to get stopped.
You know what I think, JM? I think to beat Tank, you need like a Bivol type of style. Like you need to be able to be active, use that jab to keep a guy back, and I mean like really using it, not just bullshitting with it. Like really like how Bivol, like I think you really need a Bivol type of style, and you got to have that type of durability as well.
And you know what? When I think about it, you know who has that type of style for real? Tevin Farmer, bro. He could do that. Like Tevin, and he could smother that nigga when he try to do like Tevin.
Tevin doesn't have that consistency. He don't have the consistency to let his hands go like that.
See, but I don't think you should smother Tank shots. That would be the wrong thing to do. And I think that's why I'm saying a Bivol type of style. Because the last thing you want to do is give him an inside fight. That nigga is very underrated in the inside.
Tank.
That sounds like Lomachenko. If you talk about 135, Lomachenko's style, I feel like is a style that's very troublesome for a guy like Tank. But I think at this point, Lomachenko, I think he's done. I don't see him coming back and fighting.
I think
no,
so too,
Lomachenko not big enough.
And I think Loma finds himself in the pocket too much. And I'm telling you, Tank is undefeated in that pocket. Go watch his exchanges when he go exchange with people. He wins 98% of them exchanges.
Whoever said Bivol is right on point, because if you think about the success that Mario Barrios had early on. It was Bivol-ish.
Yeah. High
Tank get you
value
with
and
them body
keeping them at
shots,
a
though.
distance, keeping that jab out there.
That's where Tank get guys with them body shots. That's why I feel like Frank Martin. I think really what hurt Frank Martin is just some body shots. Being as drained as he was, we saw him at the weigh-in. He could barely even stand up. I knew, man, if he gets hit with some body shots in that fight, man, it's not gonna really last too long for him. And we saw as soon as Tank started going to that body, bro, that took away a lot of stamina from Frank Martin. He started off hot, and as soon as Tank went to the body, he cooled all that shit down.
It was a specific uppercut to the body that seemed to just change the fight from there on.
Yeah, he hurt him with that one. And with him being as drained as he was, man, and I'm not making excuses, but we saw what we saw at the weigh-in. We saw that man looking dead up there.
What was Frank? Did Frank have a rehydration? What was it?
The rehydration clause for the WBA, they didn't put that one in place for that fight, but just the fact that they did the official weigh-in at 11 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. And then Tank was up there doing backflips and shit. Frank Martin couldn't even stand up. He needed help standing up.
He did do that backflip on stage right after. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Tank, because that just goes to show Tank when he's in shape. I mean, he was a 130-pounder coming in this shit. So,
right. So 35 was Tank, nothing. It was actually better.
Yeah, 35 is that's his natural. That's naturally where he belongs. He's a 35-pounder naturally.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, I got a question from the council to you, bro.
All right, let's go.
And this is related to Earl Spence Jr.
Okay.
Did you hear his last two remarks in an interview about boxing in light of the Fundora fight?
The last thing I seen, I think when he tweeted about the state of boxing, about it being fucked up or something. Yeah. And then if anything after that, I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, he basically was criticizing boxing, saying they don't care about you unless you're an elite fighter. He said, think about this. These 2 years I've been off, I could have juiced up, cycled off, returned, and killed somebody, and nobody would know. So he's really going after boxing.
See that right there?
That's the smartest thing if you're
that's
a promoter.
So yes, what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. What are you doing? You could have did all that. Why you ain't fight, bro? You talking about you could have been juicing up and shit. Why you ain't been fight? If you could do all that, if you could stick steroids in your fucking arms and talk about it, why you ain't fight? That's all I'm asking, bro. You ask, he's saying that kind of shit now. That immediately just makes me think that, like, why you ain't fighting, bro? You talking about you could have did this and came back and killed somebody. Like, what is the point of even saying something like that? Like, why even take it? Why? I don't get what you're doing, Errol Spence. I don't. You know, to be honest, you probably had a lot of people fooled thinking that you was finna fight. I seen it from the jump. I was like, yeah, you're done. I've been saying it for a minute. Like, he ain't been fooling me. Like, I never thought he was gonna fight again. I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. If you really watch that epilogue shit, that shit might damn near make your ass cry, bro. That shit was sad as fuck. That was some sad shit. Hey.
Or maybe, Joe, he just basically saying, like, you know, I'm coming back, you know, when I feel like I'm 100%.
Shit,
oh, yeah,
right.
he tweeted that. Somebody
yeah.
asked him that. He said,
I'm coming back. But I'm just saying his reasoning for saying, like, oh, I could have took steroids and sped up and came back and woo. But he just basically said, I'm coming back when I'm natural and when I'm feeling 100%. I mean, I wish he could have just said that instead of saying that bullshit.
No, but look, Dre, that's cool, but he's the one that pushed he is the one that pushed the Terrence Crawford rematch in the beginning. Remember, he said, we gonna do this again. And boom, bam. Remember that? Okay, boom. Then the nigga disappeared. Then we see him go on vacation with baby girl, taking pictures, Now he's back. Then you know, Bud goes to 54. You know, Charlo tries to do some little weird shit, gets stripped. Then we see Errol jump in the ring after the Fundora win of Tim Zoo. You're like, what? How he get the fight? How does that even work? It ain't like you just beat.
Well, Fundora promoter already said it. That nigga Sampson say Fundora Arrow at Cowboy Stadium was a no-brainer. He said you gotta get that money.
Man,
And
I
you
got
gotta
3
think
letters
about it
for
though,
you.
Joe.
hold on. Wait, can I? I want to be serious real quick. Do you think Fondora and Errol Spence is gonna do numbers like that after Errol Spence got brutalized like that?
That's what they remember, Joe. That's what the nigga say. Remember the nigga was like,
No, I think they do numbers for Pandora. Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of numbers you thinking, Brandon? Because I don't think it's gonna do anything like that. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I mean, maybe it's a bunch of people that do want to see him in the ring, but you didn't even avenge your loss.
Oh, it sells. That fight sells out for sure.
Sell out?
One thing
Wow.
we know for certain is it's gonna sell out.
I'm not gonna say sell out.
Wow.
bro, 100,000 people is not coming to.
Hell no, man. 100,000?
Maybe
I can't
maybe
go with
40,
that one.
Maybe 40, maybe even 50, but not nowhere near 60.
I mean, that
or
depends
100,000.
on how many seats they're gonna actually have open.
Well, you
don't
can
think
get
they're gonna have
100,000
100,000
people in there if you throw enough people on it. Like if you throw Virgil Ortiz on the undercard, that's 100,000 people gonna show up.
But that's
So it's
unlikely.
doable.
That's highly unlikely.
Yeah, highly unlikely that Virgil
talking about the
Ortiz be on the
Mexicans.
Errol Spence undercard. I mean, maybe. I don't think so.
We saw how stacked these undercards been lately.
Yeah, I mean, he could be on the way better one. Like he's on the ain't he on the February 26th? I mean, just 26th, 22nd. You know, hey, match him out.
He's a PBC fighter, right?
Yeah, Virgil's top.
Fighter,
he's a Golden Boy. He's Golden Boy. Virgil Golden Boy.
Remember, Joe, that nigga Sampson was like, yeah, we understand, but Crawford, but we promised him that we would give him a rematch first, and then we're gonna fight Errol Spence. Remember he said that?
I remember when he said that. Yeah. But
I think they did the whole Earl Fundora to fight Crawford. I think they said, okay, look, let's throw Fundora name with Earl before Crawford has a chance to do it. That way, Crawford has to go and figure out his next move at 154, and we're gonna take a year. So we're gonna waste a year of everybody's time on a fight that we know we're not gonna make to make Crawford go somewhere else. I don't think that's a bad move. I would do the same thing.
But no, but look at it. Look at this though, B. All they did was help Crawford get a bag. I mean, yeah, fuck this dude. We're going Canelo. Like, we're gonna get a big bag. Like, he's gonna get paid in September for sure. He's getting paid.
But they gonna get paid too off Canelo. So I mean, it's a win-win.
Well, yeah, I was thinking like this. I'm like, okay, look, Canelo's gonna probably make this fight on PBC. PBC's gonna be involved in it somehow.
With the Canelo and Crawford?
Yeah, they're gonna be.
You think so?
Be involved
Never.
Yeah.
I don't think so, bro.
Never. They will succumb to Turk Al-Sheikh. They will
I'm telling you, bro. But look,
Canelo's not gonna throw away his Mexican endorsement and his connections he's made for Turkey Al-Sheikh. Because unless Turkey's gonna give him,
you know that's already done, right?
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I got you right here. I got you right here, Ace. Because Turkey, look, this is what Turkey. This is a Turkey tweet. Turkey said, it is easy. Fight in May, then big rematch in October. And then the same card we would try Boots. We would try T.O. against Boots, and the winner against the winner, and the loser against the loser in February. Need to discuss with our partners, Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy, and PBC. That's what Turkey Al-Sheikh.
There you go.
That's Turkey.
I guarantee you this: if Crawford and Canelo fight, there's going to be a PBC fight on that undercard. It's going to be PBC is going to be involved in it.
But PBC, there's no aversion with PBC and Turk now. They're cool to that. We've seen PBC fighters on Turk's card
for sure. Hell yeah, them niggas been all over the undercard for sure.
That nigga Adamas is a PBC fighter.
Bro, none of this is a surprise. Look at the landscape, bro. Look at PBC. How much fights did they put on last year?
You know how many?
4, 5. I mean, what? Like, they don't have a choice at this point. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and we're talking about a fight that could easily be upwards of a bill. Like, listen, the numbers that I've heard put for this fight already, we're already seeing above 750 mil.
Like, for this kind of history, yeah, PBC is going to be involved. They may have some fighters on the undercard, but they are succumbing to Riyadh season. Like, they ain't got a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, PBC, they're going to say, look, we're going to eat. Because if you guys remember, when Canelo went to 168, everybody made money with Canelo. Maxwell made money, Golden Boy made money, PBC made money, Top Rank made money.
Yeah.
This fight's not going to happen, and everybody's not going to make no money on it. I guarantee you, somebody's gonna make some money. Everybody's making a little bit of something on this side.
But I think that's one of Turk's unique selling points. That regardless of, he is putting on cards that everyone is gonna eat off of. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he makes these cards entertaining and healthily justifiable for these fighters to come out and step out. That's why we saw Jared Anderson go and take that fight with Bacoli and lose. Do you know what I'm saying? He was out of his depth. But he's more than likely not going to see that same money ever again if he turns down that fight.
That ain't what Bob told him. Bob told him to be patient. He was being greedy.
You know, to Tim's point.
He said tomorrow's never promised, man. You know.
As great as this matchmaking been, though, he definitely got to, well, he don't got to do shit, but I think he definitely should push a line to, you know, help these fighters as well. And definitely take away some of that corruption out of boxing. Because it pisses us off when we watch it. You know, we sitting there, see a fight, see a guy work his ass off and then lose when he should have won. You know, just a lot of crooked shit. You know, he got the power to make these fights happen, bring these promoters together. He definitely got some power to help the sport.
He does. You mean, you can't knock that. You cannot knock that. I mean,
there's so many other niggas for him to fight at 54. Errol better get the fuck on and fight. Man.
I think Earl should fight Laura.
Man. You want to see Errol Spence? Is Landry Lara? Hey man, he will beat the fuck out of Errol Spence. I'm telling you.
You really hate Errol Spence that much, bro?
No, I don't hate Errol Spence. I just know, man.
If he can't beat the old Laura, then maybe he should hang it up.
Brandon,
I don't think he can. I don't think he can.
Fight Laura. I've been calling for the nigga to fight Laura for the last 6 months.
Errol Spence will murder Laura?
No, Laura's gonna murder Errol.
Oh, easily. I'm telling you, he's gonna fuck him up. Man.
Yeah, but if he can't beat a 40-year-old Laura, that means that style is going
to over. But also that is two-way class. That is two-way classes up there in the weight class.
Well, but think about it. Joe just said the epilogue looks sad.
Man, so that shit was sad.
Earl's gonna come back from 2 eye surgeries, dealing with his family, and he's gonna go in there and leave with even more slurred speech. The dude just
mentioned two-way classes up too.
Okay,
I don't know about that.
So y'all telling me Laura would beat him up worse than Fundora would? Because Fundora gonna be
that's what I'm saying.
I think he beat Fundora.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that much of Fundora to be scared of.
Well, it's that inside uppercut that Errol Spence ain't gonna see coming, and he's gonna get hit with that bitch a lot.
Bro. If y'all think Fundora not gonna come and lay hands on this nigga, break off a trip.
I don't think that much of Fundora, but I'm sorry. I don't.
No.
He ain't beat outside of Tim Tszyu, he hasn't beat. I mean, outside of Tim Tszyu and forgot the other guy he beat, the black dude. Outside of that, I haven't seen anything super fantastic to make me think he's a all-around world beater at 54.
Oh, we're talking about Fundora?
Yeah.
I mean,
I got to see a little bit more.
That Erickson Lubin fight. I mean, I don't know.
Erickson Lubin hurt him in that fight.
He did. You got Erickson Lubin fucked up. Erickson Lubin is a problem. That's.
But for his height, you letting 5'9" guys get up on you like that and punch on you like that.
Right.
That worries me about a guy who's 6'5" in that division. He gets touched a little bit too much, and I think Earl get on that inside, tear that body up.
He wants to fight on the inside. That's his thing. Who knows why he likes to do it? He just wants to fight on the inside.
Get on the inside against who?
Errol Spence.
Against who?
Fundora.
I think on
Fundora, man, that's the thing. Like, ideally, just because Fundora is that tall, but he fights small, so that wouldn't be smart for Errol to be on the inside. That would be counterproductive.
No, I said Fundora is gonna try to get on the inside of him, but yeah, even so. I mean, Errol Wood, I don't know. Can he use a
Like I
jab?
said about Tank, my fault.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, I think like what I said about Tank, I think Earl's very underrated in the inside too. Now against Bud, hey, Bud is a generational fighter, so I'm not gonna compare every fighter to Bud and what Bud can do in there with him, but that nigga's nice in the inside, and he usually break ribs and break eyes, and that's his game.
Yeah.
And I think he'll break Fondora ribs if he's the Spence we know, he breaking Fondora ribs for sure. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. But if he broken, that's a different story. If Crawford broke him in any type of way.
All right.
I want to see Jamel and Fondora. That's what I want to see. I feel like
could we possibly? Oh well, no. They said it's going to be Charles Conwell, right? But I would like to see that. Well, I'd like to even see Jamel and Charles Conwell or Jamel and Fondora.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scary ass fight. My heart gonna be beating during that fight.
No, somebody's getting knocked the fuck out.
Exactly. Sure. That's a terrifying fight.
I think Jamel's gonna come back and he's gonna be pretty good because he's not a shot fighter. I don't think he's shot it at this point.
No, I mean it's
got dropped once.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that was against a guy that was 3 weight classes bigger. So I think coming at 54, I don't know if anybody at 54 is punching like that.
Really, they say so. They'd be like, oh, Charlo fought like a bitch against Canelo. So tell me this: if Spence would have fought like Charlo a little bit, you think that he would have took this long of a break? Maybe he wouldn't be so fucked up himself. Maybe all that, he should have did this, and maybe that ain't the thing to do when you know you're going to get your ass kicked in there.
I thought Charlo did the smartest thing he could have did.
Exactly, Southern. I was the only nigga in here not mad at him after the fight.
When he did decide to fight later, because a lot of people talk about that fight, but most of the time when I've heard people say he was scared, these are people who haven't rewatched the fight. I watched that fight 3 times. And yeah, you can definitely see that. You could definitely see the difference in the power. You could definitely see the strength. That was all on Canelo's side. You can see that he was reacting to Canelo in there for sure. But later in the fight, when he started to let his hands go and hit Canelo, you can tell it wasn't doing shit. But you can see, okay, it made sense as to why he was going here in the ring, going there, being a little bit more cautious so that he can get to a spot where he can let his hands go. But it was too late in the fight. He'd already lost like 7-8 rounds by then. There wasn't no way he was going
to win. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can look at it like that too. That's oh man. Well, we got some 2025 is gonna be a great year for boxing, I believe. Turkey already got the fourth quarter locked in. Like he's showing fourth quarter shit in the first quarter. It's crazy. He ain't even so we went straight past the summer and everything, man. I'm like, all right. That's cool. I mean, but if Errol Spence, if he doesn't fight Fondora right now, what the hell is he gonna do? Like, what's really his plan? Like, what other route does he have to go? I don't know. I mean, because they tried to that was a weasel move they tried to pull. PBs, having him ranked number 1 in the WBC. This dude ain't just jumped all over these dudes that's been grinding the division for a couple years, and he just gets his ass whooped and then just leapfrogs him. How the hell does that work? So I'm glad. I'm glad the WBO wasn't going for that though. I am kind of wild about that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because that's because he wasn't ranked in the WBO at all. So like WBO could do it because they were banking on him to get the shot at the WBC. But I agree. I feel like we've seen a lot of guys do that in boxing and be able to get those opportunities. But I do feel like it was other guys, like in my opinion, I think Erickson Lubin is deserving of a title shot. But if I'm not mistaken, is he at 160 right now?
Who? Lubin?
Erickson Lubin, yeah.
No, he's still at 54 from what I know.
Oh, no, you're right, because he was supposed to fight Tim Tszyu instead of Marlon.
Exactly.
But he got injured and had to pull out of the fight.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know what happened. He got
and
injured.
The winner was supposed to get the IBF shot out of those two. But he got hurt. Tim Tszyu, there's a video of Tim Tszyu is talking about Erickson Lubin and the fight that was but didn't happen. He's talking about Lubin pulling out. But
I think, that, man. That Lubin's a problem at 54. We know this, He's a problem. You know, even after the Fondora situation, I feel like he just got careless in that fight because I think he could beat Fondora like pretty easily. He didn't have to even make it.
Definitely think he could have beat him.
Yeah, he didn't even have to make that nasty like that, like it was. That was unnecessary.
Man, I want Charlo, man. I want Charlo and Fondor or Charlo and Zoo. Charlo and Zoo, to me, that should be way too easy to make because Tim Zoo.
My fault.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that should have been a fight that was made instead of Canelo.
Definitely.
I think that was the money fight for Charlo. Charlo should still be reigning at 154. We should have got that Bud versus Charlo. Because if he would have just beat Tim Zoo, I'm pretty sure we would have got Bud versus Charlo after Spence and Bud.
Yeah, I do think that fight should have got made. But
I
also, too, I mean, the bag was just too good.
Yeah. I mean, but
just too good.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if they would have marketed it correctly, you know what I'm saying, Bud and Charlo, that's a big fight. Like, damn, they could have got some bread off that shit.
They missed out on, Joe.
I know. That's almost some Hagler Hearn shit right there, bro. That's that type of fight for sure.
Remember, Turkey wasn't all the way in the picture yet until after. You know what I'm saying? So imagine the bag he missed out on because his name would have still been in there. He would have been a part of it. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, for sure.
But I do believe that you got to take the money while it's there because you can't really bank on that type of situation. That's why I feel like the Canelo fight was a no-brainer for him because it's like that moment right there, take it while you got it because you just don't know. I mean, even if you fight Tim Zoo and you beat Tim Zoo, no telling what's going to happen and what obstacles are there because we already see before Turkey and boxing, it was already hard enough for guys to make certain type of fights. Yeah. So it's like when you got the money.
So
right
you ain't mad at Jared Anderson then?
Hold on. You're not thinking about the Australian fan base. You ain't thinking about all the shit he gained from beating Tim Zoo and being the first person to do it. Now some no-name nigga did it.
Yeah, but see, you get what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is this, Southern, what this go give you versus losing against a guy is going to give you leverage. You're going to have some leverage. And then this situation ended up happening. Think about all the leverage he would have had right now being the undisputed champion still.
Definitely,
Turkey would have been willing to toss any type of bag at this nigga to make a fight because you got the belts.
But once again, man, when the money's there, you don't know what's coming next. And I look at it like this. Tim Zoo, and we know for a fact, Tim Zoo and Charlo ain't doing over 600K pay-per-views. We know that.
Tim Zoo and Charlo?
I don't know that.
Yeah, it ain't doing over 600K pay-per-views. That's what Charlo and Canelo did.
Yeah,
that's what Earl and Crawford did. It did 600K.
Are you counting Australia too?
Yeah, I don't think that fight does 600K, even with them fighting Australia. I don't think it does that on pay-per-view. The tickets sell out, yeah, but I don't think that it does 600K pay-per-view.
I don't know if it needs to do 600 though. I think exactly. It should, but I don't think it needs to though. Like the whole point is the leverage that he gains from that. Because now when Turkey like, hey man, we trying to make a challenge for one of them belts, yada yada. Okay, well I need this much.
And 600.
And if I don't get this much, I'm not gonna be a part of whatever the fuck y'all got going. Turkey go get that money up.
And 500-600 is the new million with piracy and streaming.
Right. But you know what I said earlier, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. What if Turkey made a deal with these fucking streamers, these pirate motherfuckers? Because, for them to just take down, these what I call prominent streaming sites, you know what I'm saying? For these dudes to just, because as soon as like Turkey made all, you could just look at it. Look at the land. Like as soon as he pretty much put his deals together, now boom, the stream, a lot of the streaming sites are shut down, especially the ones that show the good boxing. Just, we just gonna shut it down. So I'm like, damn, did Turkey even hit these boys and like, hey, listen, man, I ain't even gonna cheat the people no more. Like, I'm already making it $20, bro. It's blue magic, baby. Like, don't even, y'all chill out, bro. Look, you know what I'm saying? Tell me where to send the money to. I'll send the bread, da-da-da-da-da. And, y'all just, just bow gracefully, man. You just see how that works, man. And then boom. I don't know. Sounds crazy, but you know, what y'all think, man? Jim, what you think about that?
It's possible. I mean, the way he moves financially, he realizes that money talks, and one sure way to take a streamer off the board is ask him how much would it cost
Yeah.
to have you not stream.
You feel me? Damn, and then
Yeah, I can see it.
Man, Ace, what you think about that, Ace, man? You think Turkey cut that check to the streamers or what? Oh, okay. Specs, talk to me, man. What you think, Specs?
See, I think, with the money that Turk has been able to pay everybody, they're actually now seriously pursuing and sending the cease and desist to these guys. Because, like, I think before, they might have considered the streaming was an occupational hazard of a lot of pay-per-views. But now, it's like, we're locked in. We're really locked in. And it's not even about the numbers anymore. So we don't want the bleed anymore. We're going to send the cease and desist to these guys that we might have called small fries once upon a time. But now we're really back. So we need this thing close-knit. We need it airtight. We can't have any more of the Robin Hoods of the streaming world. Although I do feel a part of me really thinks that a lot of these guys, like, if broadcasting is going to be happening, like, especially from a place like Saudi Arabia, where's their servers? Who's got the links to those servers yet? So it might just be a thing where these guys are just recalibrating for like the first quarter of the year before they make their links in that side of the world to continue streaming without any hustle.
Yeah, what if he was in control of this shit the whole time? I was thinking about that too.
The evil laugh.
You know what I'm saying? He was in control the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of crazy that they just bow out gracefully like that, But hey, it is what it is. And money does talk. So, we don't know. We don't know what we don't know what Turkey did, man. But hey, listen, man, that's another episode of Who Gonna Catch These Hands. And I'm your boy Joe Prophet, man. Listen, I always appreciate the council for rocking with me. You know what I mean? Like I say, man, he's some of the best boxing minds in the world. Debate that with your mama, man. It ain't even a question. He'll catch us. Hey, Monday we back. You know what I mean? I would say tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm gonna say Monday we'll be back. Y'all, y'all tap in, mash that like button. Man, share this with somebody, man. Share this with a real boxing fan, man. Somebody who think they know what they talking about. Bring them in. Let's see what they got. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's another episode of Who Gonna Catch His Hands. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Man, we out. Peace.